Paul, you kicked us off talking about hamburgers. And honestly, now I can't stop thinking about food. But before we get to eating, let's walk through what actually happens when you arrive at a restaurant.
I know exactly what you mean, Emily. The first thing I usually do is greet the host. It feels a lot more welcoming to walk in with a friendly hello or good evening, instead of just standing there awkwardly.
Absolutely. A smile and a simple greeting really set the tone, and when you're ready for a table, you just say, "A table for two, please," or change the number to fit your group. Super easy, but it makes a big difference.
Honestly, it's such a relief having a ready phrase like that. I used to overthink it and feel nervous, but now I just say it with confidence and follow the waiter to the table. Makes things so much smoother.
Exactly. Once you're seated, you already feel more relaxed. Speaking of which, let's talk about what to do once you actually sit down.
So you've just settled into your seat. The menus usually aren't on the table in some places, right? That's where asking comes in handy.
Totally. You just say, "Can I have the menu, please?" It's simple, and adding "please" makes it sound friendly. Little touches like that really do help, especially if you're in a new country.
I've noticed that too. When I travel, I always try to use please and thank you. It just feels more natural, and people respond more warmly. Plus, it's such an easy way to make a good impression.
That's so true, and while you're looking over the menu, you might see words that are a bit confusing, so let's break those down next. Menus can look intimidating at first, especially when you see categories like starters, main courses, desserts, and drinks. It's easy to get lost if you don't know what they mean.
It's funny because the first time I ate out in the UK, I ordered 2 starters and thought they'd be full meals. I ended up still hungry, but at least I learned that starters are just small dishes, like soup or salad.
Exactly, the main course is usually your big filling dish like chicken, pasta, or your beloved hamburger, Paul. And dessert is that sweet finish, like ice cream or cake. Drinks are everything from water to coffee.
Now that I know what to expect, I always go right for the soup and then a big burger. It makes the whole process way less stressful.
That actually brings us to the moment when you're ready to order. How do you get the waiter's attention and make your request polite?
When the waiter comes over and asks, "Are you ready to order?" I've found it really helps to say, "I would like," or "I'll have," instead of just blurting out food names. It sounds much more polite.
Definitely. So instead of hamburger, you'd say, "I'd like the hamburger, please." And don't forget your drink. It's just as easy to say, "I'd like a soda, please."
Honestly, when I started using those phrases, waiters always smiled and repeated my order back to me so I could check it. If something isn't right, it's a good moment to clarify. Just say, "Actually, could I have," and they'll help you out.
Exactly. And as soon as your food arrives, there's another mini conversation that happens. Let's dive into what to say while you're eating.
Once the food shows up and the waiter says, "Enjoy your meal," I always say, "Thank you." It's just a nice moment. Everyone seems happy.
It really is. And during your meal, if the waiter checks in with, "Is everything okay?" it's perfect to say, "Yes, it's delicious." Or, if you need something, just say, "Excuse me, can I have some more water, please?"
I used to feel nervous about interrupting, but saying "excuse me" works every time. Waiters are usually happy to help if you ask politely.
Exactly. And those small interactions make the experience much friendlier. Now, once you've finished your meal, it's dessert time, which is always the best part in my opinion.
I can't resist dessert, especially if there's chocolate cake. When the waiter asks, "Would you like to see the dessert menu?" I always say, "Yes, please." It keeps the mood cheerful.
Absolutely. And once you're full and ready to pay, just get the waiter's attention with, "Excuse me, can I have the bill, please?" Or check if you're in the US.
Sometimes I forget if they take cards, so I'll quickly ask, "Do you take credit cards?" It saves everyone time and people appreciate the clarity.
Right. And then just hand over your card or cash with, "Here you are." Before you leave, saying, "Thank you, goodbye," really leaves a great impression.
Honestly, it's amazing how using these simple phrases makes the whole dining experience feel easy and even a little fun.
Let's put it all together with a mini role play. I'll be the waiter, you be the customer. Ready?
Bring it on! I love practicing conversations like this. It really helps me remember the phrases when I'm actually out at a restaurant.
Exactly. And for anyone listening, don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on smiling, using please and thank you, and keeping your sentences simple.
That's the best advice. The more you practice, the more natural it feels and the easier it is to enjoy eating out wherever you are.
So now, we'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite food to order at a restaurant? Let us know, and keep on practicing.